Okay guys, this is my Scrappy blanket. I'm debating on what to make it out of today, and I've got all these pieces. They are corner to corner squares, mostly made out of these colors, and I've got a little tiny one here that's not, it's a granny square. All of these colors go together, and I'm going to make a baby blanket out of this. I have all these extra other pieces. I've got a heart that could go on. I've got a whole bunch of circles. We all have these, I'm sure. These are things that I started to make and I didn't finish. I'm not even sure what these were for. So I'm not sure if I'm going to make these into squares or add them in or have this be a different project. I've got one that's fuzzy pink. And then this woven thing, it doesn't really go with it either, so I'm probably not going to use those. I've got a bunch of red hearts, and I even have some of these red circles. So this one is multicolored. But basically what I'm going to start off with, I'm going to take all of this extra stuff out. I just wanted to show you the process of this because this is the next project. There's two of these as well. They're blue and they're a different material. And so I'm probably not going to set them in because there's only two of that color. I think that would be too much outside of the, you know. Then there's this piece who is knitted, and it's really pretty, but I don't think it really goes with this. So this could be a washcloth on its own. It's one of my first knitting learning things. And then this was a tiny, tiny little thing that I started with, you know, a swatch or whatever. This is crocheted, but it doesn't really go with. We are going to take, I'm going to take each one of these small squares and this little teeny tiny one, and I'm going to crochet around them. Let's see if I can go in better. There we go. I'm going to crochet around them till they're all this size, because most of the squares are this size here. So we've got to do a row around here and make these equal all this size. That's the next step. And then when I get that done, I will come back and show you the next step. Alright, well, we have finished all of these green ones going around with the row of double crochet, and all of the gray ones going around with the double crochet. We are set with 7 of each color, and so it is going to be 5 wide and 7 long, and I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. Okay, here we are, back out. You can see all the squares here are complete, and I'm going to take white now and go around every single one. So this blanket, when we are done, I will give you the measurements, and what I'm working with right now are 5 colors and 7 each of the squares. So you need 35 squares to make this baby blanket. Now these are corner to corner, and then you've got some that are corner to corner with just the double crochet around. You could do just a granny square squares. You could do 35 small granny squares and do the same blanket. So you have options. Now we are going to sew all of these together. So you need to lay them out in the order that you want them, and you sew them into rows so you can have the pattern that you like. And just get your thread, and I'm using all the tails on these as much as possible. As you see, my thread fell off my needle, but you just keep going, and this is a pretty long process. You're sewing in the tails while you sew them together. So we're just going to do a stitch back and forth through here and get these in the order that we want them. And I will come back to show you when I get all of this part done, and they'll be in long rows. All right, here we have our rows, and I'm going to pin them together with some stitch markers. You can use whatever you have, and I'm going to sew down the length of each row and put them all together. And here we are with our finished baby blanket. Scrappy baby blanket. I love this one because it's so full of colors and it's just beautiful. I hope you all have enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.